Hi, I'm Sophie Summers. This is the Crossdressing Lifestyle channel, and today I want to talk you through what has been a first for me, which is buying my very first latex dress. And it's a whole process that I enjoy from start to finish, because I actually learned an awful lot about latex garments going through this process. Now, the first thing I needed to do was to find a style and a size that I really thought would sort of complement my sort of shape. Having a look around, I came across a company called Westward Bound. Now, they are a UK manufacturers and have been around for an awful long time. And as you can see from their full range here, they've got some very impressive styles, very colourful and very eye-catching. Now, the difficulty I really had, and I'm sure you'd appreciate, it is actually just choosing the one dress. Now, after quite a bit of deliberation, I decided to go with this Dita dress here, which I thought was quite nice. Got some nice features to it. I do like the pinky colour it shows here, the pink and black combination with some of those bows. I thought it was quite striking. Now, no outfit is, well, with me anyway, I can't just buy the one little thing. I was so intrigued with a little hat and also the little mittens or gloves to go with it. I thought that would make a sweet outfit. So I couldn't resist buying all three of them. But before I could make the decision on what size of garment I needed to buy or dress, I really did need to measure myself up, because there are standard sizes and there are bespoke or tailor-made sizes. So it doesn't matter what shape or size you are, Westward Bound can make you a dress to perfectly fit you, which I thought was quite interesting. Now, in order for me to find my size, I had to take three basic measurements, or they encouraged me to, and they were the hips, the waist, and then the bust. Now, having noted those down, all those sizes down, and had a look at their standard size chart, I was lucky enough to fit into a standard UK 14. Which is great. So all I needed to do was to tick the size 14 and hit the buy button and basically sit back and wait. So it wasn't long before the Royal Mail turned up with my much anticipated and awaited parcel. So having opened up each individual little parcel there and given everything a good old shine up, let's have a look at what the whole outfit looks like when I've got it on. I hope you liked seeing the dress as much as I did wearing it. It's quite a thrill to wear something so, how would I say, different. I do like the lines of it, it fitted lovely, and I do want to go through a little bit more detail, if I can, about the individual items, particularly the hats. Now, I love little fascinators. I think things like this are a lovely finishing touch to any outfit. This one is superbly made. There's a lot of detail that went into this one, and the netting is very generous as well. A lot of fascinators I've got, there is just simply not enough mesh around here to cover my male size face. This is really nice, and the inside has a very nice positive sort of clip on it, which meant that I could tuck it into my hair quite freely, clasp it up, and I had no fears of it moving or falling off through any of the shoots. So that's a neat little thing of that fascinator there, and well worth the investment. Now, the gloves were interesting because I had to measure my hands up to get the right size. I had to measure across the palm of the hand, and I think it's important that you measure that correctly because these are quite delicate implements here, or garments really. Again, the detail on this is fantastic. As with all of the garment, there's just the attention to just the little details on the bow make all of the difference, and the trim on this one was so cute. So I love the gloves and the fascinator. As I say, it's just sort of the attention to detail with your outfits that make all the difference. Now, the dress itself, well, I can't sort of emphasize about the amount of work that's gone into making this particular garment, and that is important to take into consideration because you do get what you pay for, that's for sure. The neckline was interesting for me because it's a halter neck, and I was a little bit worried that it would be either too loose or too tight. Now they've overcome that particular challenge by giving you a couple of poppers on here, so you can actually adjust the fit around your neck. And to me, for an off-the-shelf size 14, it virtually fitted perfectly all over my body, and I cannot emphasize how much fun it was to wear this particular dress. I do like the little frills on the bottom of it. Now, I have listed below all the links you will possibly need to go to Westward Bound and have a look around on their site. I can't recommend them enough. I think it's a beautiful dress, and a lot of their stuff is very interesting. I will be buying something in the future, I'm pretty sure, once I've saved up a little bit. So all that really remains for me to say is hopefully you've liked the review. If you have, give it a good old thumbs up. Don't forget to like and share. If you're not already done so, please do consider subscribing to the channel. That'd be very, very helpful. And as always, stay gorgeous, and until the next time, bye bye.